We're actually not looking at the things that are really hurting and harming our family. And this is talking about fatherhood and economics and all that. The sociologist like Mary Eberstadt, like her work is excellent. How the West Really Lost God.
Yeah.
What we think.
I need to have her.
Absolutely.
Kevin.
What? Wait, hey, I'm still here.
That.
I'm still here. You start going on to the next. He's bored of
All right,
me.
let's cancel him. Let's go someone else.
Monopoly's over.
No, she would be a great guest.
So her big point, her work is life-changing for me, because what gets proposed is either what's corrupted our kids and lost our family, or the reason our kids aren't Catholic is because the atheist won the argument, right? That atheism is, and secularism is liberating, it's true, and it's hard to argue with. We hear that, or they're just corrupted morally, that the culture, society has just corrupted their soul and they left the church because of sin. And what she shows us, which none of us are really willing to look at, no, it's pretty much we chose it. Mm-hmm. The economic, cultural environment that we embrace. It's like you say, don't be a victim. Well, we have embraced ways of living and ways of understanding the world and economics and the ordering of households that she shows. This is how when you lose the family, you lose the faith. So whatever is harming the family is what's going to harm the faith. Because atheists don't have good arguments. Like Aquinas dismantled atheist argument. Like they're not, every time I try to read one, like I have atheist friends and family, and I'll read these books like Dawkins, and I'm like, this is it? Like this is answerable stuff. Because they're always just arguing with like 13-year-old fundamentalists that don't exist, they're not really reasonable arguments. And then when it comes to corruption and of our morals, it's really just we let them do it. Like we bought them the device that they discovered pornography on, right? Like you bought it for it. You brought it into your home. So I've had this discussion, and fathers we get like up in arms, like you're questioning, because it's like you're questioning capitalism, right? Mm-hmm. Or something. There's this like, so okay, let's just look at the economic reality of places like Ireland. Like Ireland, like after everyone else was collapsing, Ireland in the 80s was still solidly Catholic, 80% mass attendance, right?
In the 80s?
Yeah, in the 80s. So they made everyone was going crazy.
Declined quickly.
Yes. So what happened? Because I remember listening to Rush Limbaugh driving around. My father was a plumber, driving around in the work truck, listening to Rush Limbaugh say, look what's happening in Ireland. This is awesome. They liberated their markets. They opened up to foreign investment, and look how they called it, was it the Celtic Tiger? Wow. The economic growth of Ireland was exponential. So they held on to the faith the longest, up to the 80s. And through the 90s, they opened up, the free market, the globalizing powers, the foreign investment. And what happened?
So it's kind of globalism kind of came in.
It came in, and it's traceable. The places where there was the most investment had the greatest decline. So we kind of export this like economic model of sort of absolute market liberty. And I feel like we weren't supposed to talk about this. But you try to talk about this, people, and they won't. And I had this conversation with multiple people, like, well, but then they had more choice of products and all, but they lost their soul. Mm. Like, so now the exact opposite is true. There's 80% of them don't go to mass anymore. They passed abortion laws. They liberalized. And it's actually this environment of the family and our economics and our culture. Those are the things that fathers are having a hard time wrestling with, that we're like embracing. Yeah. And that's Mary Eberstadt. She said, we lost the family, primarily the Industrial Revolution and the subsequent economic realities that families found themselves in. It has done us harm. And there are really good fathers out there that are able to navigate, and by good leadership, force of will, discipline, organization, just like really good men, they can like make it. But for huge, so if you say 4% of people are like actually, like, let's just say then, okay, 96% of people are just average guys. They're dying. Like they're really struggling to keep their family. Just like how many families are going to be the last generation of Catholics? That's hard. It's not, a lot of people have this silver bullet thing. Well, if the liturgies were better, or if this were better. And it's actually not true. I mean, everything matters, right? If it's worth talking about, it's got some truth to it. But it's kind of this whole environment that we're losing our families as fathers.
Hey, thanks guys for checking out the Conor Gallagher Show. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, or comment, or whatever you got to do to support it. And I appreciate that very much.